Chappell Roan's fans are very frustrated with her right now because this girl can't seem to stop herself from starting beef with photographers. Every time she's on a red carpet, she does this. This time around, she decided to confront a photographer who once got in a run-in with her at the VMAs. This man told her to shut the F up, and she infamously responded, "No, you shut the F up!" and got into this back and forth with this guy. She was trying to defend herself. It was very controversial. Some people applauded her for it. Others thought it was deeply unprofessional. Well, she saw that same photographer all over again, and she decided, I am going to confront this guy, and I'm going to demand an apology from him. She was at the Netflix premiere for Olivia Rodrigo's Guts tour movie, which I can't believe is a thing.
Well, Taylor Swift made tour movies a thing now.
I bet, yeah, it's like, who cares about this one?
Not the first ever. Somebody right now is like, tour movies have existed forever. No, we're saying that Taylor Swift made it financially beneficial to make them.
We have a 20 from Weary Traveler before we show the video. My black and white cat was named Mr. Tux because he had a white chest and white paws. That's adorable. Really cute. I like that. All right, let's show this video where she confronts the photographer.
Okay, hold on here.
We'll see if you think she ate. She says you were so disrespectful. Her handler is trying to make her stop. Her handler had to pull her away from the photographer to tell her, like, hey, girl, this isn't a good look and this is not why you're here.
Completely manufactured in every single way.
If Do you think this was planned?
No. I'm saying manufactured in that she doesn't actually want an apology. She wants the publicity.
Oh, yeah.
If she wanted an apology, she would have her staff reach out to this guy and try to open a dialogue with him behind the scenes. But there's no benefit for her in that.
Well, she probably feels because you accosted me publicly, now I get to accost you publicly, and all is fair and love and war and clout. So this is what happened. And I just feel like she is pretending to be more confrontational and badass than she really is. Because she's clasping her hands very nervously. And it seems like she's
not what I read that as.
Trying to keep her voice from shaking. And she is, you can tell, very non-confrontational. But she's forcing herself to do this to seem cool on the internet to like 2 people.
That's not how I read that. I read that as the most annoying Karen behavior I've ever seen. Like
maybe some mix of both. Yeah. But I think she was trying to manage her anxiety with starting a confrontation with this guy, because most people are very non-confrontational, especially most women, and you can tell that she was trying to seem like more confident in what she was doing than she was. I saw some responses. You can tell she was raised online because she can't let shit go and thinks everything needs to be overanalyzed and provide a lecture for it. Another one
whatever happened to just being able to hate someone?
I'm exhausted, girl. Hate to say it, she's not gonna make it very long as a top name in the industry if she keeps acting like this. So is this realistically going to negatively affect Chappell Roan's career that she does things like this?
It won't negatively affect her at all. I think it's going to pigeonhole her a little bit, and it's going to grow to be old and blasé after a while. Like nobody's going to buy it anymore. If these things keep happening on the red carpet, how many more like photographically opportune moments do you get to have where you have these run-ins with people that always seem to help your reach?
This guy is just going to show up at every event she's at, and it's going to happen every single time. It's just funny to me because if you're going to start confrontations with the paparazzi, do it the Bjork way.
Yeah.
Commit to the bit. Like, start swinging left and right. Like, go hard at these people. If you really have a problem with this guy, like, do it the Bjork way. That's why people love that video of Bjork where she's just like throws down with the paparazzi.
Yeah.
And that was back at a time where the paparazzi actually were far less respectful than they are now, which is not even saying much.
I don't even know anymore whether it's the paparazzi are more respectful now. I think it's that the outlets that the paparazzi sell to are more in line with kind of covering for the celebrities. I don't know if paparazzis themselves are any more,
well, it's also,
any less invasive than they've always been.
It's because paparazzi have less of a corner on the market, given that everyone has a cell phone camera now, so they can they can sell their picture faster than the professionals can. But interestingly, at the same time that this was going viral, a video of Tom Holland getting in a confrontation with paparazzi was also going viral. And some people pointed out that this may be a misogynist, sexist double standard, that Tom Holland is getting celebrated for confronting the photographers, but Chappell Roan is getting trashed for it. So let's look at this. Tom Holland pulls Zendaya away from invasive photographers at the Bureau launch event in New York. Like they're totally having a baby after this.
Hey guys.
So what do you think?
And he was defending his woman.
The large difference between these two is one looks like they're serving a lecture to you and the other one looks like he's defending his partner.
Right. I saw a couple of tweets. Yesterday, Tom Holland was being praised for pushing Paps out of the way for Zendaya, but Chappell can't tell them off for harassing her. Now, what's a word for that?
Also, does Tom Holland endlessly...
Misogyny.
Does Tom Holland endlessly go on about how hard it is to be a celebrity and how much they don't like it and how everything...
He's a veteran
happens.
compared to her, actually,
So,
even though they're nearly the same age. Another person said Tom Holland put his hands on a paparazzi, rightfully so. Hailed as a king, Chappell Roan asks for an apology for being treated rudely at a red carpet. She needs to be burned at the stake. I know what you people are. Misogynists.
Is that what you think it is?
That's what they're saying.
Do you think it's just a sexist double standard?
No, I'm saying that's what they're saying.
Yeah. What do you think?
Me, I think that one of those actions is someone looking out for themselves, and one of those actions is someone looking out for a person they love. And it looks much different because it is much different.
Kind of how we talk about a lot lately, which is it's all in your delivery.
Definitely.
It's all in your delivery.
Yeah, and also I saw the Tom Holland video going viral mainly because girls were swooning at it. Like they were obsessed.
Because you're not allowed to find men doing masculine things attractive. A guy defending his girlfriend is not something that society tends to actually support these days.
Men defending women physically in general, or even admitting that men have a physical advantage over women in general, is so taboo now. And I just find it funny when all of these feminists find moments to swoon over a man being protective or being loyal or being jealous or being strong or being, driven, all these things that are traditionally masculine traits. They celebrate it when it fits their narrative. Mm-hmm. But then outside of that context, it's toxic.
Yeah.
Right? Like, oh, you don't believe she can handle herself?
So why didn't they say that?
You're so belittling.
Why didn't they say that to Tom? Like, why did you do that? Zendaya's perfectly capable of freeing herself from the mob of paparazzi around her.
It's feminist fatigue. They're tired of their own bullshit. I think that they are tired of themselves, finally, at long last.
You think that's
Maybe
possible?
they're not willing to admit fault yet, but I saw some captions talking about this. Wasn't fully familiar with Mr. Holland's game, but this is a man. They want a man. And they just really are thinking to themselves, maybe not outwardly saying it, but they're thinking to themselves, I would love to feel protected by a man, but I can't say that because it's not feminist, and I don't know what to do.
You're only allowed to do it as long as the person that you stan is dating another person that you stan.
Right? Only if they're celebrities that you idol worship,
In the
right?
chat, somebody said these terminally online people sound miserable. Yes. Go to any... I'll give you an example. If you go on Twitter and you go look up any time Popbase decides to cover politics, like so-and-so endorsed Kamala, or they said this, and they're always like, oh, she ate. Like, those are the people that just sound the most miserable to me. Mm-hmm. But in this case, I don't think it's a sexist double standard. I think one of them is like, why you bringing up old shit? Unironically, why you like this happened months ago. If the point is that you needed to talk to this guy so badly that you needed to have a word with him, then you have your management reach out to him and you have a meeting in private. And then if you dare to need to have press coverage about it, which is what she claims she doesn't want, you say, I spoke to the photographer in question. We had a back and forth and we came to terms. But instead, that doesn't work. Doesn't work. What
she
works,
was holding a grudge.
Yes, you hold a grudge and you let it out at the most opportune time for your career. And it worked.
She wanted a bunch of Twitter gays to think that she was serving cunt and that was her moment.
Also,
and
I didn't see Tom actually being rude to anybody.
He said like something like get the F out of the way or get out of the effing way or something like that. Sure, he was being aggressive, but he was in a situation where he felt he was justified in doing so because there was like a physical swarm around Zendaya
so
at that moment.
One is leaving your standard post where people take photos to be aggressive, to be verbally aggressive with another person. One is a response to aggressive behavior from other people.
Right. I also wanted to mention another part of this that was going viral. They were taking pictures together. Tom Holland and Zendaya were posing at this launch party for his non-alcoholic beer brand,
Biro,
which we talked about recently. We have a 20 from Fresh Meat. Here's my endorsement for you two to interview world leaders and ask them about their media consumption. Put a girl on What's a Chappell Roan?
I wonder what Putin thinks of Chappell Roan. The world wants to know.
Yeah, we'll ask Angela Merkel what her favorite reality show is.
That would be great.
So they were posing together for pictures, and you can see there's a very obvious height difference between Tom Holland and Zendaya. I can send you the photo that was going viral, actually, so we can show that it is pretty dramatic.
Yeah.
Because Tom Holland is 5'8", and Zendaya is 5'10". When Zendaya is wearing stilettos, she's like a half a foot taller than him.
There we go.
Okay. And they look fine. Like, they look great together, very well-dressed, young couple, you know, at the prime of their careers, right?
Yep.
But I think that it was getting overanalyzed.
So what were they saying?
One person said, I love that Zendaya is still wearing really high heels because Tom Holland isn't the kind of insecure guy to care that she is towering over him, and she is not the kind of woman to compromise for a guy's sensibilities. Never been happier for two people I don't know.
The problem with that is not one to compromise for someone's sensibilities. When you're in a relationship, compromise actually matters, and their sensibilities also matter.
Right.
Now, not necessarily in this case, but they frame any type of compromise as a bad thing, as like you're giving in to misogyny to allow yourself to not wear 6-inch heels because your boyfriend or husband asked you to.
Which is funny because 6-inch heels are meant to make you look sexy anyway. So that's not exactly the most feminist thing in the world, given that it caters to the male gaze or whatever. But I do think it's cool when guys don't have any issue dating women who are taller than them. I do think that that is a cool thing. Like, not even necessarily if it's like a dramatic difference, like whatever, even if it's just a couple inches difference, she's just a couple inches taller than you. Having a fit over that, like seeing someone as like totally disqualified from your dating pool for just that reason alone, I think is absolutely ridiculous.
He's 5'8", so he's like 1 inch under the American average.
Yeah, he's pretty much average height, right?
He's pretty much average height.
I don't know about the UK.
So
but
she's tall for a woman, which I believe is 5'4". She's like what, 5'7", you said? So, you know.
And he's cool with her wearing stilettos and him looking way shorter than her.
The winners in this case are them who don't overanalyze this, whereas everyone else is giving you the analytical university answer as to why it's a good thing, and they're just existing.
Yeah, so I guess they're the real winners in the end, and Chappell Roan took an L.
5'9".
Do you still stand Chappell Roan?
Yes. She has to have more than one bad encounter for me to. She has to serve more than one L for me to.
That was like half a strike in your book.
Yes, she's got 2 more.
Well, we'll keep paying attention to what she does next.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.